So today I've come here to test out the Canon 100-400 Mark II. This isn't going to be some techie review of this lens because I'm actually not that techie. I don't even know what it means when it says that it has so many objects within the lens. So for that you might have to check out some other video. I'll be testing this lens out in the field, taking the photos that I like to take, and that's wildlife and pictures of nature. So I've come here to one of my favourite woodlands that I've found in Cumbria, and I'll be exploring the three things that I've found that this lens does really well.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane, and as the light startled out.
So as much as I like to working with hides, getting close to animals, going out early in the morning, staying late to the evening to get that sunrise sunset shot, some of the most memorable moments that I've had with my camera is just walking around in nature like this and just taking photos of things that interest me. That's what I'm going to be doing today, and that's how I'm going to be kind of checking out this lens, see how it performs.
We let go of disguise, and now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin.
Alright, so one of the things that I think is absolutely amazing about this lens is that the minimum focus distance is just under 1 meter, which is absolutely amazing with a lens that you can zoom 400mm with. It means that you can get really close to the subject, and it also means that I can be standing straight up, looking down and shooting down on ground, and it makes it a very versatile lens.
Restoring everything within. Oh, dreamy, breezy we go.
Now, one thing you do have to be aware though when you're taking photos that close to the subject is that even at f5.6 you're going to have a very narrow depth of field, and it's very easy to get part of your image out of focus. Now, the other thing that I find quite amazing about this lens is that you can see here now it's quite a dark, overcast day. So I'm using a high ISO, but this lens has an amazing image stabilization on it. So it's allowing me to shoot actually a quite low shutter speed even when I'm handheld. One of the things I use this lens for a lot is filming B-roll for my videos when I'm doing wildlife videos. So I think the best way to show how good the image stabilization is, I'm going to take a video. First I'm going to put the image stabilization on, and the next one I'm going to turn it off, and you can see how much it'll vibrate. I'll try and keep it as steady both times so there'll be no changes throughout. Now I'll take both videos at 400mm because that's going to be the highest vibration. You'll notice the highest vibration on that.
Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all.
As I'm sure you can see there, the difference in image stabilization on and off, it's absolutely phenomenal. And I can assure you that even with the image stabilization off there, I was holding my breath trying to keep it as still as possible, and I could see in the back of the LCD screen here that it was not very steady. So have a look at that, see what you think, and I'll try and take some photos as well with a very low shutter speed, and we'll check them out afterwards. I'll post them up in the video here to see what kind of shutter speed, how low I can get a shutter speed and still get a usable, decent image. Now the final thing I'm going to say about this lens that I think has been absolutely superb has been the image sharpness, and I'll show you a few photos here that I've taken in the last month with this lens. Squirrel just came across the road here, straight up on the wall, ran down it, and I managed to take a burst of shot as it ran past. Have a look. I'll zoom back to about 300mm, and that allows me to get an f-stop of 5. I've gone for a shutter speed of 1250th of a second, and as you can see here, that is, the squirrel is sharp. I think so far, the only downside to this lens that I can figure out is that the f-stop only goes down to f5.6 at 400mm, and that can be a bit slow when you're shooting wildlife. You know, it certainly can be a little bit problematic when you're trying to photograph birds in flight or anything like that. Anything that requires a fast shutter speed and darker conditions, you know, that's going to be a little bit problematic. But I think it's a pretty small price to pay for the versatility of this lens, and it's also quite a big step up in price if you're going to go for a prime 500 f.4 or anything like that. So I think that's something definitely I want to get at some point. But right now though, I'm loving the versatility of this lens, and it's just having that zoom to 100 to 400 as well. It can help in a lot of situations to zoom out a little bit to get a little bit wider angle. So I am definitely very happy with this lens, and I can't recommend it enough. The last couple of recent videos I've been using this lens to take pictures of wildlife. A bit more using a hide, up close. So I'm going to check out some of those videos to see what else how this lens fared with those kind of photos. Check that out. Please do subscribe and hit that bell to be notified. I'll see you next time.